Welcome to Mindful Chatting, a podcast where therapy meets real life. I'm Kristen, a therapist, business owner, and a lifelong student of what it means to fully show up in our relationships, in our work, and in our healing. Here, we unpack mental health concepts, explore mindfulness tools, and talk through the messy, beautiful, in-between moments that shape us. Whether you're a fellow clinician, a curious listener, or someone navigating your own growth, this space is for you. Let's chat. Hey friend, welcome back to Mindful Chatting. I'm Kristen, a therapist, doctoral student, and I'm forever digging into the layers beneath the surface. Before we dive in today, though, I want you to get cozy. Grab that coffee, your comfort drink, your favorite blanket, or maybe let's just let your body settle. Because today's topic is quiet, but heavy. We're talking about the kind of loneliness that hides in plain sight. The kind that doesn't really look like isolation. It looks like being busy, present, or even successful. Today's episode is about loneliness in high-functioning women. We're diving into how ADHD symptoms are misunderstood in socially successful women. What loneliness really looks like when we're constantly surrounded by people. And how social masking doesn't just protect us, it actually disconnects us. So let's go there, softly, honestly, but together. Let's get started with this. A lot of women with ADHD don't look like they have ADHD. And when I say look, I'm putting that in air quotes. They have friends, they perform well at work, they manage multiple roles, the mother, the partner, even the therapist, the student, the CEO, the caregiver. So their symptoms are dismissed. They're labeled overwhelm or emotional or burnout or just trying to do too much. But here's what's really going on. Many of these women are struggling with executive dysfunction behind the scenes, masking their overwhelm in every room they walk into, and feeling like a fraud even when they're praised. This disconnect between how they're perceived and how they feel inside, well, it creates what researchers call camouflaged ADHD. And it leads directly to an invisible, gnawing kind of loneliness because no one sees the real you. And even when you try to explain it, you often hear, "But you're doing so well," or "I had no idea you were struggling," which only confirms the belief that maybe I'm just being dramatic or maybe it's me. But let's get honest. Loneliness doesn't always look like being alone. Sometimes it looks like going to a girls' night and leaving emotionally drained, or being in a room full of people and still feeling invincible, listening instead of speaking for everyone else, and realizing no one asks how you're really doing. Loneliness for high-functioning women with ADHD often comes from feeling fundamentally misunderstood. You might have people around you, but do they get you? Do they really get your brain? Or do they know what it's like to overthink every word you said after a meeting, or shut down emotionally when you're overwhelmed, or forget texts not because you don't care, but because your brain literally skips the cue, or struggle to feel close to people even when you're being social? That dissonance creates a deep, painful gap, not because you're not trying, but because the connection isn't reciprocal or emotionally nourishing. Now let's talk about masking. Masking is this unconscious habit of mirroring or performing or even filtering yourself to fit in, blend in, or just not burden others. And ADHD women are masterful at this because we've had to be. We learn to laugh when we're anxious, stay quiet when we're overstimulated, become the fun one when we're disassociating, say yes when we're at capacity, and pretend we're okay because vulnerability has backfired before. And it works until it doesn't. Because the more you mask, the less you're seen. And the less you're seen, the more disconnected you feel, even in connection. It creates what I like to call performative intimacy. You're there, but not fully. You're included, but not understood. And after a while, you start to wonder if anyone will ever know the real you. The you that isn't polished, isn't helpful, isn't over-functioning, just to feel safe in that relationship. If any of this hit a little too hard, that's okay. You're not imagining the loneliness. You're not broken for feeling unseen while being surrounded. You are a high-functioning woman who has learned to survive in systems that rarely understood neurodivergence, or emotional intensity, or relational sensitivity. But here's the truth. You deserve relationships where you don't have to perform to be accepted. You deserve spaces where your presence isn't earned. It's welcomed. And you're not alone. Not in this community. Not in this moment. Not anymore. Next week's episode is one you won't want to miss. It's called The Ghosting Guilt Spiral. Why ADHD makes ending things so hard. We're going to explore why we disappear from people we actually care about. And we're going to talk about the shame and avoidance cycles we fall into, and how to repair disconnection gently and intentionally. It's tender and validating, and you'll leave feeling a little less alone. I don't want you to miss this. The ADHD Planning Stack course is almost here. You'll learn how to layer tools and systems that actually work with your brain instead of against it. Plus, I'll be releasing more reflections from my dissertation research on ADHD, emotional regulation, and social connection in women. So stay tuned. We're just getting started. And I want to thank you for sharing this space with me today. Your loneliness is real, but it's not permanent. You deserve soft places, honest friendships, and a brain that's supported, not silenced. Until next time, friend, be gentle with your mind.